name is Madison, and today I'll be telling you about the Greek noun system. Greek nouns work a little bit different to English. For example, let's take this sentence. Dave threw Matt the ball, right? We know what Dave is doing to Matt because of where the verb is placed. So the word order tells us what's going on in the subject, tells us the subject, the object, and what else is going on. Now, let's take this other sentence. Let's say Dave Baldo Davo threw Matto. We would have no idea what that means because the word order is out of alignment. But if we train it ourselves to think like the Greeks did, the Greeks would be able to read this because of the ending of the word. Now obviously these are made up, but these are to prove a point. That the ending of the word outside of the stem, which is this, of the word, actually tells us the meaning and the word order of a sentence. So there are 4 types of what we call declensions, which are the endings of a word. We have nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative. Nominative is where this, So declension is a fancy word for pattern. First we have the first declensions, which is the first set of patterns. Then we have the second declensions, which are a second type of patterns, and they're all nouns. So, to understand this, we have to understand how the Greek noun system works. So, for example, we have nominative first, and this sentence says, men see apostles. Now, the nominative represents the subject. Now, we have the word genitive. So, genitive declension is where something possesses something. So, the man has blonde hair. The man possesses blonde hair. The third is dative. So the dative represents the indirect object. He gave gifts to men. So the man is the indirect receiver of the gifts. He's not the direct object, but he still plays a role. The accusative is apostles see men. So the apostles are accusing. Accusative is always accusing someone of something, saying, I saw you did this, I saw you did that. So apostles see men, the apostles are accusing of seeing the men. Right, cut it. In Greek, the nouns often possess gender. So for example, in English, we have man, which is masculine, woman, which is feminine, and ka, which is neuter or neuter. So in Greek, random nouns have genders. So for example, the word technon, which is the word for child, is neuter, or the word thanatos, which is death, is masculine. So different nouns have different genders. Here we have a list of the masculine and neuter nouns for the second declension in the singular person. Okay? Now, in the second declension, they only have 2 genders, which is masculine and neuter. So here we have the nominative. This is the word a man. So here we have anthropos, which is the nominative. Anthropou, which is the genitive. Here we have anthropo, which is the dative, and anthropon, which is the accusative. So you'll notice here that these are the endings right here. And these will tell us whether it's nominative, genitive, dative, and accusative. And here we have the neuter. So we have on, u, or, and on. Now these represent the neuter version of the second declension nouns in the singular. And lastly, we have the second declension nouns in the plural. So we have nominative, oi, genitive, on, dative, ois, accusative, us. And we have the same here for the neuter. That's good. So the second part we're going to look at is the nouns of first declension. Now, there are 5 nouns of declension, 5 different endings that are possible, masculine and feminine. Here, we also have the plural endings, which is a, on, as, as. Now these first declensions only attach themselves to some nouns. So the only way to remember all these is to remember the nouns, to remember the gender, to remember whether they're plural or singular, and just depending on whatever word it is.